Erik ten Hag and Man United, they have not quite gelled the way that he gelled at Ajax. So let me bring to you the way he wants to play. He said before that they can't play the Ajax way, but what was the Ajax way? Well, it's a very complicated system. You see attempts of it now for Man United and oh do we struggle. Oh, it hurts, but let me show you it. I'm going to show you it with Ajax and with United. But first, let me show you what he looks like in the United system. So this is kind of how he plays at the moment. So sweeper keeper, Dalot plays very inverted. He gets very involved. He roams kind of all over the place. You obviously got De Ligt, Martinez, both need to be comfortable on the ball, which is why he doesn't want Maguire. He doesn't think he's as comfortable. And Luke Shaw is kind of on a fullback support. He does drift forward, but he also kind of supports everywhere, really. Casemiro is just a ball winner, and Manu is somebody who has to drop in, deep line playmaker, get in these pockets and then drift forward. Bruno kind of has a free roam, goes wherever he wants to try create play. Garnacho naturally drives in here. You don't really see him always bursting up and down the wing, and Rashford always drifts in to these areas. He's not necessarily a natural winger, so United lack a lot of different areas. But how does it look like the way Ten Hag wants to play? Well, let me go to the Ajax one and show you the way that Ajax play. So for this one, this is the Ajax way. There is two different ways. So with United being predicted to finish 5th in the Prem, a much tougher league as well, I kind of adapted it slightly. So if you're a lesser team, if you're someone that's kind of mid-table towards pushing Europe, then this is the way to play it. But this is the way that he needs to play. And it is very much, you need to get the right players in these systems. So as you build, obviously a season or two in, you'll start to get better and better rewards and results from this. So very much, very simple. On here, I'm actually not put any real kind of styles on them, but I'll show you which ones I have put on. Sweeper keeper, inverted wing back. Now this wing back is naturally going to sit in here with him. That is going to look like that. I've then put the inverted fullback over here so he can look like this. This is that back three because he has a 3 there. The right back will naturally join in this system. We'll use the right back. You can invert it and do it the left back. He will join in and make a 2 in midfield. 1 will be the natural playmaker, and then you've got an advanced playmaker who's pretty much going to roam this area and drift into here. That is very key here as well, but he needs to be on attacking because he does need to burst into here to naturally, when we're attacking, make this line. But shadow striker means he's obviously going to join the attack, so you've got plenty in the box. Wingers both on attacking, and you're going to pepper them. Now this brings a lot of results, I'm going to be honest with you. Obviously with the wingers being here as well, the results, I promise you, just hold on for this as well. In terms of here, fairly wide, play out of defense, pass into space. You can take this off if you don't really have the actual speed out wide, but I like to have it on. Shorter passing but a much higher tempo. Run at defense and be expressive. You want them to be able to interchange and move around freely, which is why it's important you have the right personnel and you need to work the ball into the box. You can actually change this to hit early crosses if you're struggling to get chances in a game, but you naturally average about 20 shots a game in this anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about that too much. In transition, counter press and counter, and then obviously distribute across the back line and roll it out. That's a natural of most ones as well because you want to build up play. On here you're going to go a much higher line, prevent short kicks, high press, much more often trigger press as well, step up more, and also try to trap them inside because you are committing a bit of width out wide. So when your team is coming back and you're trying to slow them down a bit, you want them to naturally push into the middle. The key with this formation, and the real key to it, is being that, let me show you here, this is how the team will naturally set up defensively. People will drift in and it kind of reverts to a similar 4-3-3 whilst defending. Obviously it's going to take a little bit more time for him to get back, which is why you've got a ball winner in here. But this kind of naturally will drift back to a back 4 naturally. Everyone will be quite compact and you should be able to slow a lot of teams down. And defensively, again, you can see well less than a goal a game. You pretty much outscore everybody and you're an absolute force. There's a lot of pepperings in these results. With Man United, well, let me show you the results of Ajax first. Let me show you how that works. So here we are. The results of Ajax is we won the treble, meaning we beat Real Madrid 5-0. 5-0 in the Champions League final. Let me show you some of the goals in this game. Of course, the first goal will be a set piece goal. Make sure you do set your set pieces up. It is very important. But as you see here, look at the shape. This is obviously the way we want to set up. We want to be able to play. Look at the flooding into the box. You have 5 players in the box when you score. You want to flood the box. You want it to fall to people. You want shots. You want crosses. You want all sorts. But to beat Real Madrid 5-0 in a first season in a final is absolutely mental. I don't know what it is about this tactic, but it's an absolute beauty. But we're going to move on. I'm going to show you the rest of the results as well and show you how much we kind of scored just consistently, really. So as you saw, we didn't lose in the league, and as you can see here, look at all that green and look at some of the results. Obviously 12-0, that's a small team. 8-0 away in the league. 16-0. I know they got a man sent off, but that was at the end. But honestly, the pepperins all season long, scoring high amounts of goals, dominating. Only really lost one game here, which is away to Barcelona. This tactic, I promise you, absolutely perfect, because you can also rest players obviously in a league like this as well. It will change slightly if you use a Man City or a Real Madrid himself, but most games you should be able to dominate and do exactly the same thing. We'll show you some of the data here as well. Generally, this one here, 5 goals a game. I'm telling you, at 25 shots, absolute domination. When you see here averaging 0.62 conceded, you will dominate because you have the shape that you want defensively, and then when you go forward you have that fluid flowing shape. It's probably one of the most enjoyable actual tactics I've set up, to be honest. It's an absolute just stunner, and when you play, you honestly, I promise you, the goals you score, you'll be happy, trust me. But how do I set that up for the Man United team? So if it's a lesser team, which most of the teams you're going to start a save are probably going to be, well, let me show you. So when I can show you, you want to set it up. There is a few slight differences. So with the slight differences being, obviously, inverted fullback, that's all the same, kind of just defensive across the back line altogether. He stays on defend instead of being on support, and your wingers go on to support, and so does your midfielder there as well, because you can't really overcommit as much. This will give you a much better shape defensively. You're going to lose fewer of the goals going forward. That is natural. That is going to happen. But you have to give that as well when you've not got such a successful team going forward. And all you have to do really is change to positive as well. I think everything else, you're pretty much exactly the same. You don't need to really change too much. You just need to kind of take a step back and not really commit. But as you grow, as you build, you change to attacking, change to the second one. You can use the second tactic anyway for games where it is a smaller game and you're expected to be very much more dominant, and then go for it as well. Alright, so in terms of the results for Man United, let me show you here. Have a look at that one. Absolutely everything. In terms of the league, absolutely flying. Let me show you the full stats here as well. 127 goals for, 27 conceded. So if I go to the data hub, obviously I've shown you already that we won everything. We beat Bayern Munich, won all 4 competitions. In terms of actual results, actually only really lost a couple games along the way. I think he loses about 3 games along the way, and again you see a load of goals, starting off a 7-0 home win against Liverpool. Come on, I promise you, try this tactic, comment down below, you'll absolutely love it. Let me show you some of the data hub here as well. In terms of attacking, 3.3 goals per game is what you score. And let me show you how many shots, 20 goals as well. As a 20 shots, sorry. As I told you, you're not the dominant team. You're not the best team in the league. So you need to be prepared to give a little bit as well. In terms of defensively, 0.71, as I said, you will lock this down. Very important here. You will receive so many chances to beat people. It is unbelievable. And as I said, use both tactics. So quickly, just to show you as well, when it comes to actual player roles, keeper stays exactly the same. Take fewer risks on here as well, and dribble less. Obviously you've got your cover man here as well. This is going to be also the same. You can obviously change between this and defend. Doesn't really matter too much with that one. Both of them are just going to kind of play a lot more. They're ball players. It's going to be, you want him to cross less, cross from deep, dribble less, shoot less often. You don't really want him being bombing on, but as you'll see with the stats as well, they still get involved a lot and have a lot of assists. Your ball winner here as well, just leave him as he is. This one here as well, in terms of your advanced playmaker, roam from position, dribble more, cross more often, more direct passes. You do need to add these on. I promise you, I've tried them without. You don't want to see the results. Here as well, shoot more often, run from position because he does need to be able to attack. And wingers as well, hold position, shoot less often, run wide with the ball, take fewer risks. That's going to be the same both sides. And your attacker obviously will pass shorter and shoot more often. He just needs to be the poacher. He just needs to be scoring, getting in and around, and they're the exact same stats and exact same instructions, on the other one as well. But in terms of looking at how the team actually performed, well, there was plenty of goals. So now these are the team stats, and as you see in here, they all played a lot of games, no injuries as well. But honestly, 56 goals, 50 from Bruno as a shadow striker with 32 assists. Are you understanding? Crazy, honestly. And as I said, he still chips in with goals. Don't be confused on assists. 28 assists from Luke Shaw as a inverted fullback on defend. I'm a genius, honestly a genius. Rashford obviously 29 and 34, absolutely thing. We'll have a quick look at Ajax as well, and Ajax here as well, exactly the same, 49 goals, 9 assists for their course as well, 35, 34, 28, 24, 22. Then look at the assists, 20, 20, 37, 28, 24, 18, 22, 10. Honestly, assists everywhere. I promise you, you will love this tactic. Ten Hag may be onto something. It's not working in real life, I can promise you that. But try this tactic, you'll love it. Try both of them out and comment down below. What do you want me to do next? Is there anything you want me to change or try differently? Here to listen. There's also a Discord. Join the Discord, link is in the bio. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.